everyone, welcome back. So today we have a quick update regarding the local council meeting and public forums held to address the new Universal Park. As we have covered before, the city normally votes on zoning the same day it is introduced. But with Universal, the mayor thought it would be a good idea to give the citizens 30 days to voice concerns or learn more about the project. Something that is important to remember, citizens do not vote on zoning and construction. So while citizens can voice concerns, they ultimately will not affect the outcome of the vote. Some of the local news stations have covered these meetings and have been running with the negative remarks made by different citizens of Frisco. We thought it would be a little more balanced to actually investigate some of the criticisms brought in front of the council to see if there's any validity to the claims. Okay, so first up, crime and unwanted solicitation in the surrounding neighborhoods. A self-described California transplant that used to live close to Disneyland presented the crime statistics from the areas around Disneyland and Universal in California. It's a great place to visit, but you wouldn't want to live there, or something to that effect. Another concerned citizen said they were worried about rental homes, Airbnbs, cars parking in their neighborhoods, and increased foot traffic around the park. Yet another said emergency services will be at the park constantly, and there will be more accidents at the park and surrounding areas. Quote, because it's a theme park. Okay, so let's look at a few of these that keep coming up. If you look at where Disneyland is located at California, and Universal for that matter, Disney was built where an orchard used to be and is farmland in the 50s when construction started. Universal Studios has been in California since around 1912, opening the Hollywood part of Studios Park in 2002. The area built up around both parks over the last 60 years, to say the least. So Anaheim is the city where Disneyland is located. Anaheim has a high level of unemployment and lower than average median income, but the crime rate is still lower than the average U.S. city. The city is undergoing efforts to revitalize the city after a sharp decline in businesses over the last few decades. Universal City shares a similar tale. Frisco, on the other hand, had a population of less than 35,000 people when the theme park version of Universal Hollywood was opened in 2002. Frisco has among the highest median income of Texas, and the unemployment rate is among the lowest in the nation. Frisco is rated as one of the fastest growing cities in the country year after year. Frisco has added 16 corporations that now call Frisco home over the last fiscal year. Frisco is adding a small regional kids park to an already thriving established city. The highest crime area around Frisco are found at the Stonebriar Center, which is a mall, and the retail along the 289 corridor, which is about 5 miles to the south of the new park location. Frisco is already in the process of building hotels, restaurants, and retail that will surround the entire Universal Park area. Yet no one has really challenged these developments, which studies show will add more traffic and congestion than the proposed Universal Park. Frisco has an average to low crime rate compared to other suburbs in the DFW area. They are not the lowest or safest, nor is Frisco dangerous by any means. There is crime where you would think there would be crime. That is around shopping malls, sports stadiums, basically any areas that have large uncontrolled parking lots. It is also worth noting to anyone from the West Coast that Texas has more of a zero-tolerance policy on crime than what is found in cities around Disney and Universal in California, with only thefts under $499 rating as a C-class misdemeanor. This means everything over $499 leads to larger fines and mandatory jail time. To protect citizens from pickpocket theft, if theft involves IDs, you go straight to jail, even if that's all you took. Okay, so let's focus a bit on the parking and foot traffic concerns. Anyone can go to the park at the mall, IKEA, or any of the large public venue areas around Frisco that currently exist. There is limited to no security at these places, so of course you would expect some crime. The Frisco location is closer in comparison to the Florida parks, as both Universal and Disney parks have controlled parking areas. That is, you are not getting into a parking lot unless you pay anywhere between $40 and $60, depending on the time of the year. So you're not just walking into the parking area, all foot traffic is routed through security in different areas before entering the park. This park will not be located in the middle of a busy, heavily populated city. Universal also stated they would be willing to add a footbridge, neighborhood access, and special security gates for people that would be living in the future Fields development. This is similar to the resort access footpath at Universal Orlando from the resorts at Disney. It is also worth noting that the neighborhood closest to the new Texas park will be separated by a 4-lane road, a median, berms, and trees. The views from ground elevation that are almost completely blocked. The entrance to the park is on the opposite side of the property, so there is no access point from this neighborhood. So daily injuries and EMS calls. I'm not sure where this concern came from, as there is no research to support this claim. There is, however, supported research showing there are more EMS calls and emergencies on the toll road and at the mall than there would be in a park designed for small children. So no theme park will stay in business long if its patrons are dropping like flies due to park safety, as alleged. Now, I would argue, for me, a car wash, a new fast food restaurant, or an urgent care clinic would be more of an eyesore than a well-hidden theme park. But you can't fault someone from the area if they're used to what the area looks like around Six Flags, which is out in the open for all to see, and one of our biggest complaints about the park when compared to Universal or Disney parks in Florida, or even other Six Flags parks that have some landscaping around them. There is no immersion. Universal has called this a failure if you're at a park and this happens. So here's an example of what the streets behind Universal look like in Florida. You can still make out some of the attractions, but the Frisco Park will not have any buildings near the size of Hogwarts or the Jurassic River Adventure. What about rental homes? The average home cost in Frisco, Texas is $702,000. This is for the whole city, and let's focus on the neighborhood around Panther Creek. Average price is $1.1 million. That will get you 4,200 square feet, 5-bedroom home. I cannot imagine investors lining up to buy these homes so they can rent them weekly. The daily rent would be more than some visitors would pay monthly rent or mortgage to make any type of profit. This doesn't mean someone won't try it out, but seriously, this is what HOAs are for. These homes were next to a large ranch and undeveloped fields. Literally anything could have gone into this area, from banks, gas stations, fast food, etc. Instead, they are getting a world-class theme park that will bring families into this family-centric city. Unfortunately, national and local news have a habit of focusing on negatives, and this story is no different. Many business owners and homeowners have voiced excitement over the new park. There are far more positive comments and posts over this park than the ones that keep getting recycled on the news here locally. We are almost out of the 30-day period set by the mayor and city council, so we should have news soon. Don't worry though, if you're looking forward to the park like most of us are, the park is happening. Thanks for tuning in to this quick update video. Oh, and if you find yourself wishing you could work at the new park, you're in luck. You can find posted job openings on the Universal website. We will post a link in the description.
And remember to like and subscribe.